Welcome back, guys. In this new video I will be showing you how to draw the end elevation for this figure right here. Here is the completed end elevation. So this is basically what we will be generating. The first step is to draw the front and the planned elevation. I will not be going through that. So the first step would be to divide this into 8 equal parts. That I type div for divide, enter. So select object, left click this. The command bar asking me to enter the number of segments I want to divide the circle into, and I type 8, enter. That is now done. Just in case you did not set your divisions aren't visible, simply type PYPE, enter, and change it change it from dot to something else. PTYPE, enter. So change it from dot to any of these. Then click here. So now we have that. The next step would have been to draw a line here at 45 degrees. And to do that, you simply click line, click here, press tab, and minus 45, enter. And you'll get it like here. See? That one is reproduced. The next step is to go to your construction layer. Sorry. Change to your construction layer. And it is good if you label these like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 8. So I'll be doing that. That way it's much easier for you. So I click text drop down, then go to single, click here. Text height of 3 is good, so I click enter to offset that. Rotation angle, enter. Then I'm gonna type 1, 2. Guess what? I don't want this color text. That's too pale. I want a different color text. Go back here, single line, enter text height, rotation angle of 0, enter to accept it. Then I want to go 1. If I want to go A, B, C, D is up to you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then click outside and escape. So now we have all 8 of these. I think I want to change my point style from this to something around to round. And I want to reduce the size as well. So PYPE, enter. I think I want to use the round one, and I want the size to be about 3 millimeters. Okay, yeah, so this looks a little better. Now, our next step is to use a series of rectangles, yeah? So go up to your construction layer and rectangle, and I'll be clicking at this point, and I will be manipulating this to ensure that the circle, no, let's not start there. Well, I could, no, let's not start there. I could start with the base first. Let's not start there. Let's start with the base. So rectangle, left click here, then go up to the, no, up to here, carry this across. At the point where this touches the line, we stop. At times, it might be good to turn off author mode. That is, oh, this is not correct. Let me delete that, start over. It is good to turn off the object snap when you're doing this because it tends to want to snap onto some points. So I will be doing that. Okay, well, let me start first and then turn it off at some point in time. So I left click here. Alright, let me start with the lower part right here. Then draw this line across. This is the first. This is the first part. So it's the same principle that you use when you draw a line across here and up. Same principle. And I'll go in from here, and I will be tracking the top point here. And I'm gonna stop as it reaches, as the point reaches the line, the 45-degree angle line. So I'm stopping there. So I stopped right here at the point. So I try to maintain a rectangle. Now that I have that, I'm gonna go to my outline. You might want to draw these lines across and coming up. That can be done, but that is an older way which takes a lot of time. Now I'm using rectangle command to draw the base. So the base is basically done. The base is done right there. Alright, rectangle. Now I'm gonna use the very same rectangle to trace the points. Traditionally, or in all method, you draw a line across here where it meets, you bring it up, and you bring it up as well and meet with this. So the same principle applies. Eventually, you're gonna form a rectangle. So the point that comes from here goes here. Where it touches, you go up. It also comes up here. Where it touches here, you go across. With this software and with increasing knowledge, you can utilize that or do it much faster. Now I'm going to start with number 1. So I left click here at 1. Then I go up to 1 touches here. I go across to ensure that this line touches the 45-degree angle, which is critical. And I click right here. And I probably should have some points. So this is 1. So let me copy this. CO, enter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Escape. 2. I'm changing these out. I'm using these to label the figure. 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8. Click outside. So now I'll be starting from 1.1 and I'm going up to 1. So I think it's a 1 would have been here, 1 go across here. So this would have been 0.1. 1 would have been there. So I'm gonna move. Where is 1? Where is 1? So I'm moving this up to 1. rectangle again. Then I'm going up to 2, click at 2. Then I go up to the point where this touches 2 and you go across. So you want two things you want to ensure. Two things you want to ensure when drawing this rectangle. You want to ensure that the rectangle touches this line and touch this line at one point. Very important. So you would click here, then you drag and you drag. You must ensure that it touches the line right 45 degree and as well as this at one point in order to accurately generate that. And this is now number 2. That's point 2. Now we go back to rectangle. We left click here at 3 and again we go up. We ensure that it cuts there. So we want to ensure that we manipulate this. We manipulate this. Yeah. So this requires a little skill as well. Ensure this cut touches the 45 degree as well as the incline edge. Then we drag this up to 3. And you would have seen a pattern being created there. You don't even need to label those. You simply trace the end of the line, end of the rectangle all the way around to get that. Then go back to rectangle. Now click onto 4. Then go up to that. Then we ensure that so this would be over that point right there. This would have been right over that. And this would have been 4. So the pattern is being created, as you can see. We then go back to rectangle and we then go to click onto 5. Then go up to this point right here, then track it across. So you want to track that point there and you want to ensure that so 5 and 1 should be in the same plane. Yeah. So here, see 5 and 1, they are in the same plane and they're in the same plane here. You click onto 5, then drag 5 up to this point. Go back to rectangle, click on 6. Again, you go up to, so 6 and 4 should be on the same plane. Click there, then drag across. And you go out to the point where again, you want to ensure that the rectangle touches the 45-degree angle. And it should not go over. It should be, the intersection the corner should be right on the 45-degree line. And it should also touch the slope line. So you want to ensure that this is consistent right there. And that should be exactly in line with 4. Yeah. Then you go click here, drag this up to that. Then we go back to rectangle. Again, we now go to 7, left click here, and then go across to 7. And again, we want to ensure that 7 and 3 should be in the same plane. 7 and 3. 7 and 3. Again, you want to ensure that the rectangle, the edge of the rectangle touches the 45-degree angle as well as touches the sloped line. Click right there. And this is now 7. We click onto 7 here. We then go back to 8, click here, and 8, 8 and 2 should be in the same plane. You go up to here, so we go up to here. 8 and 2 should be in the same plane. Which is like there. So again, you want to ensure that line 8 right here, so 8 right here, notice 8, see, 8 touches here, so you click here, then ensure that it touches at this one point there and one point there, and this is the point that we get. The pattern is now created. You then use spline. I want to go to outline, then type SPL, enter, and I click onto these points. Enter. And you notice that I drag that a little bit beyond the point, and I also normally draw a line through the intersection right here before I trim. Then trim, TR, and enter. Then I delete this. Oh, delete. And this is that part. The next step is to draw a line. I then left click here, then drag up to there, enter. Space bar to reactivate command, left click here, then drag, enter. And this is the end elevation for that, the end elevation for this. So that is basically how we draw the end elevation uh, for this figure.